I will say during that match, and we've actually told you before, but there was one consumer that was not happy. I was watching ringside with my daughter, who, just like any other kid in the entire universe, is the biggest John Cena fan, right? And I will say at that point she had a little speech impediment, and one time she called you Juan Cena, so of course this guy ran with it, and that's all you were in our house. But we're watching your match. I'm holding her in my lap. Her daddy goes over, and she's doing these things with her hands, like, I go, baby, what are you doing? And she ends up going. She had one thumb up for her daddy, but one thumb down, and you actually had to console her backstage because she was so mad that John Cena did not beat her daddy up that night.
I was happy.
She's right. Yeah.
There she is, right there.
Yeah. Yeah, she was not happy.
Yeah, she don't like you anymore.
I will also say that to me is one of my favorite WrestleMania moments. And I want to share personally why. Because John Cena was a fan and got squashed. And I have always said, like, business first. You do what needs to be done. And a lot of times, again, teachable moments for young performers. We get in our own head. We believe our own hype. We don't understand the larger picture of things. And if I figure I could come back with all the opportunities I've been lucky enough to be rewarded and all the wins I've had and been able to sit in the crowd and then go out and get my ass handed to me proudly, honorably, and come back because it's the right thing to do, there's not a better message to send to a younger performer. A lot of young performers think you're talking from a high place. This was like putting rubber to road of this is what we need to do tonight. And one of the most valuable IPs in the company is going to be sacrificed to bring a very valuable IP back. And that's how you do business. It literally is one of my favorite WrestleMania moments because we got to bring you back. I got to be part of that. I got to have a hell of a campaign and lead up, and it was a challenging new story for me on the way there. I got to work with somebody who's a mentor, who inspires me, who I absolutely respect, and I got to do business for that someone in the right way. And the cool thing about when these guys try to bring me in the locker room and gang up on me, eventually you cracked, and you're like, yeah, that's what we got to do. Because you knew it was the logical thing of like, yeah, I trained for this, but yeah, we should do it the other way.
Yeah, I had to put my personal self aside, and that's All right.
What a cool moment to be like. It's why I hold like the U.S. Open Challenge very close too. Hey, after you main event with The Rock at WrestleMania 2 years in a row, what do they got for you next? I don't know. I don't care. We don't have anything for you, John. You want to do something with the U.S. title? I sure do.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you have now? What do we have for you now, John? I don't know. Do you want me to call the Undertaker out and get squashed at WrestleMania? Sure, that'd be great. Like, you make the most out of your opportunities. I think there are performers like Chelsea Green is a great example of taking an inch and making it a mile and not being afraid to do anything and everything to commit to what's right for a business.
Right.
I just saw a guy walk with one of my favorite shirts. It's shifting gears. I'm sorry. That says
No, topic. Let's go.
says wrestling is real. Number one question everybody gets is wrestling real, is it fake? Between the two of you alone, there's probably 20 plus, maybe 30 surgeries. I mean, you've had what? Pec, tricep, hips, knees, eye socket caught on fire, all the things.
My feelings have been hurt.
So
many
right,
times.
left, all
More
the
importantly,
time,
right?
all the
So
time.
many times.
But I will never forget something that stuck with me seriously so long is, I don't know if you guys know, but I was at Mellon Arena when John had neck surgery. I'm not sure what year that was.
It was, 08, 9,
08, that's what I was going to say,
something
08.
around there.
This guy, y'all, had neck surgery at I don't know what time in the morning, and we are backstage getting ready to go out on our show. John walks in like he had a Band-Aid on his neck or something. I mean, he walked in shaking hands, hugging people, and showed up, and we're all like, this guy literally is superhuman. The way you heal, the way you train, your mindset, everything. But that stuck with me, that you had neck surgery in the morning and showed up to work that day. Like, how?
I really wanted to.
Okay, where there's a will.
I don't know if you guys know this. I really like WWE. I just do. Good enough to host this year's WrestleMania, which starts in a few minutes, but that's all right. I wouldn't miss it for the world unless we miss it. And then, whatever, they'll just start without me.
No, we'll be fine.
No, I appreciate you saying that. I think I very rarely said the words, never give up on television. I very rarely said the words hustle, loyalty, and respect on television. The reason I love them is because you just do it. And if you do it one day, it's whatever. But compounding interest of those decisions brings you to a moment like, how? You just, no, I should go. Doc, am I healthy? Yes, just don't move your neck a lot and stay in the brace. Can I go? Yes, you can. Just please don't move your neck a lot. All right, I'm going to go. And that's a moment that's stuck in your mind. That's super cool.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, that's, you know what, I have to admit, that's stuck in my mind as well.
Nice.
No.
Nice. I got the robot. This guy has no emotions. He'll put anybody over. Excellent.
No, I don't have many emotions, but I do recognize when people are different. And the fact that I think most people would have laid up somewhere, but I understand, and as I understand you better now, there was a lot being said by you showing up. That was the beginning too of a transition of what your role was going to be soon, and that was the leader of that locker room. And that's how doing things like that is how you set an example to. This is how important what we do is. Yes, I had neck surgery this morning, but this is so important, and I'm going to make a statement by showing up and letting these guys see how important this is. Because a lot of times, even guys that have been around as long as I was, they get jaded. And then you see somebody that it means that much to, like, what is wrong with this guy? And I was just like, man, you had already earned a lot of respect from me. But when you showed up that night, I was like, to myself, I was just like, this guy, and you'd been there a while, but it was like, this dude's okay.
So I think that stresses the importance of mentorship, right? What I'm hearing is this was an example for people to process. If this guy can make it, I better get my ass in gear.
Right.
I learn from people like you, from the Cal Ripkens of the industry, from warriors like you. When the phone rings, it doesn't ring more than twice. You pick up on the first one, and the answer is yes. That's it. And I at least had the luxury of showing up in a T-shirt and jorts. I figured out from you I should not have a full gimmick with makeup, so I have to get all ready to go, do all these appearances in full character. But you guys, your style of moving through space taught me how to operate. And I would say for the first 18 years of my existence in sports entertainment, it was simply to honor my peers, people like you,